You better work, bitch. You better work, bitch. Now get to work, bitch.
This is Jamie, and you're on the podcast. What is it? The Pain of Winning. Is that what we like? The Pain
That's
of
what
Winning?
we like.
Okay. This is Jamie, and you're joining the podcast, The Pain of Winning. I think we've all had pain when we're winning, and I think I'm here to tell you and share those stories with high-level executives here in the Valley. Whether it's winning a argument or it's winning a battle with cancer or it's winning an egg retrieval for IVF, or it's winning a huge pitch. I've been there. I've done that. I want to share those stories as well as with all of my friends who I like to call my tribe here in the Valley. So I'm not sure if any of you know, but I actually have a day job. This is not my day job, and this is really just a creative way to give back to so many things that I feel so fortunate to have had in my life, my career, and personally over the last handful of years. I am a commercial real estate broker. I co-lead a team here in the Valley. We help our clients find commercial space, such as office space. Over my 15-year career, I've had a lot of opportunities to meet with some very successful, really high-up executives here in the Valley. Over the years, I've gotten to know them really well, therefore intimately have understood their own personal journeys to get to where they are today. These people and executives here in the Valley have become mentors and close friends. I have found so much strength within their own stories of how they have gotten through lots of triumphs, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I was thinking I should share it with everyone else. I think it's important for people to know they're never alone, and no matter how hard something might be, or you might not have the correct opportunity or background or resume, that somebody before you has done it. My favorite part about my job and where I am in my career right now is just meeting people. So when I have an opportunity to meet someone, typically it's through work, and we're doing their office space or we're pitching their office space if I haven't already figured out a way to get the job done. But is really getting to know them. Everybody has a story. Everybody started somewhere, and these stories are insanely inspiring to me. You always are rooting for the underdog, and so many of the executives here in the Valley were the underdogs. We will have a handful that are actually women that you wouldn't know, that are presidents or CFOs, CEOs, CIOs, CPOs, the list goes on and on and on. And to really hear everything, their triumphs of what they've done, the sacrifices that they've had to make, the relocations and moving either themselves or their families from city to city is truly, truly inspiring. The point of this podcast is not for these stories to, hey, feel bad for me, or, oh, I had cancer, or none of this defines us. It's just part of our journey. And it's really to inspire the listeners and hopefully give you some connectivity, making it feel local and making it feel not as cold to be here, and that you're not going through anything alone. We're going to hear multiple subjects. We'll have subjects from infertility. We'll have subjects discussing cancer. That's always a lighthearted one. We'll have subjects of choosing families versus choosing not to have families, to choose the career. We'll talk about relocation of high-level executives, picking up their families during COVID or post-COVID and relocating to Phoenix, and what that's been like and how they have fallen in love with the Valley. We will talk about addiction in the workplace. That'll be a fun one as well. We have a couple episodes already teed up, one of which is a very well-known boutique owner here in town, and we will talk to her about her journey as to expanding retail stores, how she even decided she wanted to open up her first retail store, and how her husband really had this great high-paying corporate executive job and took a step back to help her expand that and where they are today. We have another podcast with the president of a very well-known construction company here in town who will discuss about her current relocation to the Valley from San Francisco and what that's been like for her and her husband and relocating. And yeah, that's all I have. COVID. All right, I don't know about you, but I didn't know COVID was going to happen. So literally 6 months before COVID, I decided to make a change with the help of some peers at my commercial real estate company. I completely shifted my business, and then COVID happened. And guess what I shifted my business to? Corporate office space. So 6 months into making that change in my life, nobody was in the office anymore. So I literally thought I had just committed career suicide. I was so scared and worried and stressed that I didn't know if I'd ever have a job again. Going through COVID, I think taught us all a lot about ourselves and about the people around us. Once I started going through COVID, I also realized that health is everything. I got diagnosed with early stage breast cancer. And regardless of what stage you are, it is a huge, huge scare. No longer really cared about my career as no one was in the office and really shifted into taking care of my health. My husband wasn't allowed to come to any of the appointments. I'll never forget him dropping me off in front of the surgery center for my lumpectomy, and I just waved to him goodbye. I think we've all been through some like harrowing things through COVID, and that was, for me, probably the lowest point of possibly my life. During those conversations, my oncology team really said, hey, if you guys are looking to have a baby or start a family, you're going to need to do it now. So we thought, what a better time than in the middle of COVID to start a family. So we started to try to have a family, had to go through IVF. It was a very rough struggle. I thought that the breast cancer was the lowest part of my life. And 6 months later, it was even lower than that. And I was dealing with the pain of infertility. Fast forward, I have a baby boy today. I'm cancer free. I have an amazing team at my office, and people are back in the workforce and people are back in their office spaces. So things are really good. I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate. But what I want to share with you is there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and you need to surround yourself with really good people. I redid my tribe in COVID and came out, and I'm so fortunate. And I want to share those stories of what I've been through, what my tribe's been through, and really who's in my tribe. And most of them you would bump into the grocery store, any checkout line around town, maybe getting gas at the same pump. And they're amazing individuals, most of which have started from the bottom up and have clawed their way to the top of where they are today. So take some time, have some fun, listen, maybe cry a little, and yeah, that's the pain of winning.
That was awesome.
That was really
That was
good.
awesome.
Was it?
That was really
Okay.
good.
That was solid, dude.
I think I blocked out.
That was solid. We
Okay,
like
good.
that. We like that. Great.
Okay.